Oh, hello. It's been a while. First of all, thank you so much for all the love on that last video. 25,000 views on a single video, that's the best my channel's ever seen. And so, thanks so much for that. The reason I have not uploaded since is because I got sick the day I released that video. And I've been sick, and I still am sick, so my voice is not really what it should be. But today I wanted to rant a bit. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen me tweet about this, but I wanted to talk about it in a video and just kind of get my frustration out a bit. I'm going to try to keep this not too long or not too rambly, but basically, I have a MacBook Pro, 15-inch 2018 MacBook Pro. It's a great device. It's very fast. It's able to do everything that I throw at it, but in one aspect, it's probably the worst laptop ever. And what I mean by that is the keyboard really sucks. In 2015, Apple released their first generation Butterfly keyboard alongside their MacBook. So this was it was basically like a MacBook Air, and the MacBook Air still existed, like the fat one, but the MacBook was thinner. It was really weird. It was a really weird time. It only had one port, I think. It was just a wacky device. I think you could still go buy it, which is kind of crazy. But it had this special keyboard in it. Because they slimmed it down so much, they needed to change the keyboard. And so they switched from a normal scissor mechanism into a butterfly mechanism. And it's basically like this thing that's like this. And when you press on it, so it's like this. And you press on it, it goes like down like that. But the problem with this type of keyboard is that it's extremely susceptible to dust, dirt, crumbs, things of that nature. Any kind of dust or dirt gets underneath the keys, they often have issues. They'll stop working, they'll repeat, they'll get stuck, things like that. And I have run across this issue myself. Twice. So let me read you a little bit of what has gone down with this MacBook Pro, blow by blow. Oh, such a saga. Okay, so August 21st, I ordered the laptop. It arrived a few days later. It arrived with a broken screen, so on August 28th, I had it returned, and Apple sent me a replacement on September 11th. October 24th, keyboard issues started showing up. So the R, T, and S keys, maybe a few more, maybe a few less, I'm not sure, but a couple keys, definitely the R key, started repeating. So I'd be typing and like type WER, and it'd be WERER, or something like that. It was not fun. So contacted Apple support. Apple agreed to replace it at no cost, which is great. Thank you, Apple, for doing that. It was awesome. November 3rd, I drive down 3 hours to the nearest Apple store, so that also sucks living in Flagstaff. They verify the issue, and they set up the replacement, and they order it. It being not just a base model laptop, since it was kind of custom with higher storage, it took about 3 weeks for them to actually get the replacement into the store. So 3 weeks later, I drive down again, November 25th, 3 hours drive, and I go swap out the laptop. I think it's 3 hours, maybe 2.5. Anyway, it's a long drive. December 17th, I noticed the same issues started appearing on this new device. Now, one thing to note is that when they replaced the laptop, they actually gave me a better laptop because the previous one, the one that they were replacing, they didn't make that version anymore. So they gave me a better CPU as well as a better GPU. So that was fantastic, and I'm quite thankful for that. But this keyboard issue has shown up again. Now, I contacted Apple today and said, this is kind of ridiculous. I've gone through 3 MacBook Pros this year. Can I get a refund? Because this is just not fun. I would like to kind of switch to a desktop, a Mac desktop. And they said no because policy, and that they'd be willing to repair it. The problem is this is such an intermittent issue. Like, it doesn't happen all the time. It's just periodic that the R key will repeat. That I'm afraid that if I send it in, they'll just be like, oh, it looks fine to us. Here you go. And they send it back. And that's a whole week wasted because this is my primary computer. I don't have any other computer for editing video, editing photos, working. So not having a computer is kind of a big deal. I told them that, but they're just like, yeah, we can't really do anything. Part of me wants to try to call back again, try to get a different representative and try to see if they'd agree to it because, why not? But, it takes about an hour to get through all the levels of customer support, so not too keen on that. Ideally, this is how I imagined this to go down. They'd agree to the refund. I would drive down to Phoenix, and give them the laptop. They'd give me the money or transfer to my bank account. I would go buy a Mac Mini, buy a monitor, buy a keyboard, and now work from like desktop kind of situation. I bought the laptop thinking I would often be out at a coffee shop or out at a library, editing video, doing things like that, like on the go. But past few months have shown that I actually don't really do that. It was just kind of an idealized thing. And maybe sometime down the road I will, because I like that idea of getting out of the house. But right now I don't really work like that. And so right now it's just kind of acting like a desktop already. So that was kind of what I'd hoped, that they would just kind of replace it refund me, and I would just buy Mac desktop. The other option would have been to build a Hackintosh, and because obviously the price to performance is like so much better there. I would lose some features like AirDrop and things like that, but I use AirDrop all the time, but there are workarounds I could use. Like I often Telegram a file to myself. That was before I had a Mac, and I would just send files that way, so I could do that. But that's kind of out of the question now because they won't refund me. So I guess I'm just keeping it. Now, obviously they have offered to repair the laptop. All these R words. They have offered to repair the laptop. The problem is, since this is my primary thing, I can't really, go for like a week or two without the laptop again, because it's just not cool. So I guess I'm going to hold on to this laptop for a while, and when things settle down a bit, I guess I'll have them try to repair it. But as of now, yeah, it just kind of sucks. So takeaway for you guys is don't buy a MacBook Pro. Just buy a normal Mac, buy a Windows laptop, do something else. Buy a 2015 MacBook Pro, because keyboards on these things suck. They really do. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you agree with me that this MacBook Pro situation really, really sucks, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it. If you're looking forward to more cinematic tech videos, I'm working on one. It's taking a bit longer than I thought it would be. It's a sponsored video, but it's sponsored by a company that I am like so excited about. So when they contacted me, I'm like, anyway, that's coming soon. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that. It should be a lot of fun. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.